I am in high school again. This is junior, sophomore, junior again, around the same time frame when I'm still kind of fat and awkward. I mean, I still am fat and awkward, but whatever. So I'm in high school and I see these people and yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Anyhow, I'm in high school and my friends like to party. My friends like to go to these parties, these house parties where parents are gone and everyone's like, yeah, let's get drunk and have sex. So that's a high school thing. And so I wasn't really into that. So it's a Friday night. And I told you guys this before, chat. Friday night is raid night. But my friends come over. They're like, Tim, you are going to this party. And I said, I do not want to go to this party. I want to raid. And they said, too bad, you're going. And my friends, once again, force me, they bully me into going to this effing party that I don't want to go to. And now I'm at this party and everyone's drinking and having fun. And I'm standing there and I'm like, this is stupid. And so I'm there. And basically, what happens is there's this woman there, and this woman, we'll call her, what should we call her, chat? Let's call her, what's the name of a girl that has sex a lot? Naomi. We'll call her Naomi. So Naomi is there, and Naomi is known for being the public bus stop, if you will. She gets a lot of action. Really known for being real loose. You know what I'm saying? And so Naomi, um, she's a whore. Just to be flat out, she's a whore, and that's kind of what she's known for. Just to be flat out. And so Naomi's there, and rumor in the house is that Naomi wants to fornicate with your boy. And so I am terrified because at this point in my life, I haven't really kissed a girl. I'm like 16 and I haven't really kissed a girl yet. And I'm really nervous about that, much less inserted inside of them. Like I haven't done anything like that. So I was very nervous and I didn't really know what to do. But my friends always kept saying, dude, you gotta like do it. Just do it, man. And here's what I knew. I don't think I want to do it with this chick. That's what I thought. I was like, I don't want to do this with this girl. And so I'm at this party and the girl's drunk and my friends are like, bro, you gotta do it, man. You gotta do it. I'm like, why? They're like, just do it, bro. Just do it. Like, I got Shia LaBeouf in my ear. So finally, here's what happens. Naomi's very drunk, and my friends basically forced me to go talk to her. So I'm going to talk to her, and I'm like, hey. And she's like, hey. And she's hammered, and she's talking like that. And I'm like, oh, God. And so I don't really know how to talk to women at this point. And so I just started talking about the first thing that's on my mind, and I started talking about World of Warcraft. I'm like, yeah, Friday night's usually my raid night, but I came out tonight. Yeah, for some reason I thought she'd really appreciate that, but I don't think she understood the level of commitment that I was breaking. But whatever. No one understands. No one ever understands. So I was like, yeah, I'm supposed to be raiding, but I'm here. She's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, like I raid in Azeroth. And I kind of just start explaining to this girl what raiding is. And I can tell she really doesn't care, but she's at least trying her best to keep her eyes open. So she is sitting there and I'm talking about raiding and she finally gets right up to the point and she goes, yeah, so I'm going to be in my car outside. If you want to come out there, we can, have a little fun. I'm like, okay. And she walks away. And I'm like, all right. So I walk back to my friends. I'm like, bro, what'd she say? I'm like, I'm like, she says she's going to be in her car and I can go outside. They're like, bro, you gotta go. I'm like, nah, man. They're like, yeah. I'm like, okay. And so my friends kind of hype me up and they get me outside. Now I walk outside, and outside kind of looks like a horror movie. There's one. It's on like a farm, and there's like one light over like a barn, and like there's a bunch of tools everywhere and hay bales and shit like that. And I see her car like off in the distance, so I start walking over, and I am hyping myself up for this car. I'm like, you know how like if you go to a job interview, you're kind of like, okay, I gotta focus, really gotta focus about this, you just kind of get in your own head. You really focus. Like I am focused. Like you can't take my eye off that car. And I'm like, all right, here we go. I'm going to walk in here. I'm going to give her the best time of her life, and it's going to be great. And so I walk in, I get up to the door of the car, and I'm looking at the back seat of the car, and I'm standing there, and I haven't opened it yet. And I'm like, I'm like, here we go, Tim. You got this. You got this. You're gonna sex this girl. You're gonna sex her. So I open up the door after I hype myself up, and I open the back door, and I see this girl fully naked, just all she has to offer, as naked as she came into the world, and she is just spread eagle, just there. And I looked at her chat, and I froze for a second, and I absolutely panicked out of my mind, and I ran away, as if someone was chasing me, from the woods. Like I was sprinting like Sasquatch and Jason were teamed up trying to fucking kill me. Like I fled as fast as my fat self could go. I fled and I started running through the dark of this area that I don't know back to the main house. And I am sprinting and I'm like dodging and diving, trying to dodge these effing like horses and they got just everywhere, like a fence. And so eventually I trip on this hoe, and it's not like a girl, like I mean an actual hoe for the ground. I trip on a hoe into all these effing like I don't know why they stack hay so high. Who's the guy that's like, let's stack hay just up, like don't do it wide, just put it up. And so I hit this giant hay bale pile. Hay goes everywhere, and I'm just like kind of laying there, and I can kind of like see the car door, and I'm just kind of like at this point I'm like just accepting what's going on. I'm like I might as well just sit here and watch this out. And so here's my favorite part. I see her lean out of the backseat of her car. She's like, whatever, bitch, you're missing out. And she basically says that and then just kind of passes out in the backseat with the car open. And I got up and I fled back to the house.